Hi friends, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I hope that you will consider subscribing. I will put a bright green video on the screen showing you how to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the pregnancy updates. Don't forget to subscribe, give this a thumbs up, hit the bell. You have to do all of that stuff so that you're notified of new videos, or else YouTube doesn't notify you. Thanks, YouTube. So today we are doing a week 20 update. I have two other channels if you're interested. I have a vlog channel, which is gonna... Yes?
Better pay your bills or all that good credit's gonna go bye-bye.
Oh my God. He came in here to interrupt me to tell me to pay my bills. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Anyways, what was I saying? Two other channels if you're interested. I have a vlog channel that's gonna feature all the future mommy content, boyfriend content of him interrupting me 24/7. And I have a reselling channel. I always link those two down below. You guys, we've made it to week 20. Holy moly, lots of updates. If you haven't seen my other updates, the first trimester, telling my boyfriend I'm pregnant, telling my mom I'm pregnant, I will leave a link to the playlist down below. Let's just jump in. So the last update I gave you was week 20. So we're gonna start, I'm sorry, the last pregnancy brain, that's another symptom we're gonna talk about. The last update I gave you was week 16. So the only thing that really happened that was significant between, I'm just pulling up my app, week 16 and week 20, well, actually a couple things. I felt the baby move for the first time, which was wild. I didn't know what it was until it kept repeatedly happening. So this actually happened week 18. I was gonna do like a week 18 update just to tell you that, but I was like, I'll just include it in this one since it happened in between, because that was the biggest thing that happened that week. But it felt like everyone told me it's different for everyone, you guys, because some people said it feels like little flutters. Some people said to them it felt like a little balloon popping in their stomach. For me, it happened, I came home, I was walking home from a run. So I was at 18 weeks, I was running about 1.5 miles to 2 miles still. And when I say running, air quotes, I mean, it's more like a jog. I think I was doing like a 10.5-minute pace. So I guess that's running. I just finished running and I was walking back to the house and I felt, literally, it felt like a fist was slowly rolling in my stomach from one side to the other. Not even a fist. It felt like a tiny ball, like a small avocado, literally just rolling. And I knew it wasn't cramps because for me, cramps are like tighten and release, tighten and release. This was like a slow roll. It was so significant that it stopped me in my tracks. I was walking up the stairs and I was like, what the heck was that? I thought I was about to like shit my pants. Literally, because it was a sensation I had never felt. And the way that everyone described to me when they first felt their baby move was like, oh, it's a little butterfly flutter, or oh, it's just a little pop. This literally felt like there was something slowly rolling. So then it happened again like 10 minutes later. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the baby moving. You guys, I think this kid's gonna be huge, because why did it feel like that? And so then I did Google it, and then some women did describe online as a rolling, but mine felt like it was a ball rolling. So yeah, I don't know. I just have a theory that this kid's gonna be huge. We'll see. I'll keep you posted in future updates because they tell me the weight as we progress, but that's what happened in week 18 that was significant. So let me tell you what my apps say. I'm gonna do a video on my favorite pregnancy apps for any, I feel like pregnancy, do reoccurring moms use those? When I say reoccurring, like people that are having like second and third children, because I know a lot of my friends that are first time moms love the apps, but I feel like moms that are on their second or third, you guys know all this stuff. So I wonder if you guys use apps, but I would find it really helpful. I actually watched a lot of videos that recommended their favorite pregnancy apps, so that's how I found out about a lot of these. So I'm gonna do a video on that. This one is called The Bump. So I'll just give you some stats on 20 weeks, and it shows you, it'll show you with baby sizes corresponding to a fruit. It says baby is 6.5 inches, 10.1 ounces. Baby is as big as a banana. It says, congrats, during week 20, you're halfway at your pregnancy point. You can find out the baby's sex, you probably know by now. We don't want to know the baby's sex until birth. Let me correct that. I don't want to know the baby's sex until birth. I told my boyfriend he could find out. My doctor knew at week 12 when we did the genetic testing. But he said he couldn't keep it a secret from me. He said it would come out. He would feel so bad if he ruined the surprise. So basically, neither of us know know the sex of the baby. Let me just tell you right now, one of the symptoms I'm experiencing so badly is pregnancy brain. It's really bad. And I feel so bad because my entire life I would hear women talk about it and I just thought they were using it as an excuse to like get out of things, to like just excuse their just general lackadaisical idioticness. That sounds so harsh, but I just didn't think it was real. You guys, this shiznat is real. I can't remember things. I can't speak properly. I literally have to slow down and enunciate everything because sometimes I'll say something and it doesn't even sound like it's English. It is wild. I stumble over things. The biggest two things for pregnancy brain is for me is the speech. I have a speech impediment now, and so I have to like slow down. And a lot of times my brain just forgets what I was gonna say. So I'll be speaking and then I'll just stop because I don't even remember what I was gonna say. It is ridiculous, and it's getting worse the further along I get. This is one symptom I would be happy to see go because I just sound crazy. It's wild. And the forgetting things and dropping things, it's a mess. So let's go back to baby. But I just wanted to say that in the beginning because you're gonna notice my speech is kind of weird. I'll forget what I'm saying. I'm gonna talk really slow. Just bear with me. Okay, so it says that baby's skin at week 20 has formed two distinct layers, the epidermis and dermis. And I like the Bump app. I think you guys can see that because it'll actually show you like what the baby's looking like right now. It says gulp. Now baby's regularly swallowing more amniotic fluid, which helps develop breathing skills. And baby's producing a tarry black substance called meconium. It'll be the stuff that makes up baby's first poop. If you want to see something wild, go and Google meconium. Their first poop looks like tar. It's kind of wild. It says if you're having a boy, his testes, still located in his abdomen, have begun descending and eventually will drop in a few weeks. Okay, so those are like baby stats. Let me tell you what else is going on with me. So pregnancy brain, I felt the baby move for the first time at week 18, which I thought honestly was a bit late, but they said first time moms usually feel it later than second time, third time moms. I think different places say different reasons. I think it's partly because one, we don't really know what to look out for. So something that I may have thought was a cramp could have been the baby moving, but the first time I distinctively remember was week 18. Like that roll, I just knew like that is the baby. And it kept happening throughout the day. And what I've noticed is it happens after I work out and after I eat, which apparently is really common. When I'm actually running, there's no movement from the baby. It's kind of funny. I thought that like me going up and down would make the baby move, but apparently from what I've read in my apps, actually like body movement, rocking or running, working out, swimming, kind of lulls the baby to sleep because it's like a rocking motion for the baby in the liquid, in the amniotic fluid. So I thought that was interesting. Let me turn off my Instagram. I'm getting all these notifications, which I'm horrible at checking, by the way. So that's baby moving and pregnancy brain. And then at week 20, we had our 4D scan. I wish I could film this stuff for you. One of you guys commented in my 16-week update, and you were like, you should be able to have your boyfriend come into the 20-week, it's the anatomy scan, but no. I don't know what you're talking about, girl, but during Corona times, I can't have anybody go to any visit with me. I tried, and everybody says no, because the 4D scan wasn't actually done by my doctor. I had to go to a different office. I was hoping they would let my boyfriend in. They said nay. My boyfriend has not been able to go to any appointments with, he goes, but it's always through FaceTime, basically, because they won't let him come in. So I can't actually show you any video footage. I would love to video this stuff. The 4D scan is so special, you guys. It is amazing. It's like, I mean, I must have been in there for like 30 or 40 minutes. It's like a detailed 30 or 40 minute ultrasound. If your doctor does ultrasounds, you know how quick they are. They literally give you like 3 or 5 minutes. You see the baby, they give you the stats and they move on. But the 4D scan was like a full 30 to 40 minutes. They showed us the spine. The doctor told me that he was looking, was it a cleft palate? Or something cleft. They look at the heart to see if there's anything that they should be concerned about. And baby got an A+ on everything that they were looking for. And they're really good about not showing you the gender. As soon as I go in the office, like 3 people ask me, do you know the gender? Do you want to know? When you go into the room where they do the anatomy scan, there's a big sign that says, if you don't want to know the gender, please tell the doctor. So I told him, he didn't even like show me anything. So I will have put probably photos on the screen of that. The baby was being a little stubborn, so he's having trouble getting a 4D image of the baby's face, but I'll show you what he got. It kind of looks crazy. My mom was like, where's the baby's face? I was like, right there. It's funny. He had to like jostle my stomach a little bit, which kind of hurt. My stomach, that's another thing. I've noticed in week 20, my stomach went from, it's always been firm, but it's like sensitive to the touch now. Like it's really firm. So when he was like, he kind of like shook his hand on my stomach like this to get the baby to turn around, but the baby wasn't turning around. So that was really awesome. And the whole time my boyfriend was there on video, we heard the heartbeat. And this is when I first found out that the baby's already head down. And the doctor said, he said, the baby probably won't stay that way. If you're lucky, that's great. But the baby is already head down at week 20, so that's awesome. Let me tell you what other symptoms I'm having. So, talked about the baby moving. We talked about pregnancy brain. We talked about the 4D scan. What else? If you've seen the other, I'm just going through my app, making sure I didn't have. If you've seen my other pregnancy update videos, you know that this hasn't been like the easiest pregnancy. I don't want to say I've had a rough time, but every traditional pregnancy symptom that you can think of, your girl has experienced, okay? Like everything from diarrhea, constipation, high libido, low libido, acne, breast tenderness, I mean, everything. Insomnia, it's just a lot. So let's go through the current symptoms that I'm having now. I feel like things are finally starting to get a little bit more back to normal. Like I'm starting to feel less like myself. I'm still experiencing the bloating and the cramps. Now I'm in my other app where I actually track my symptoms. I'll feature this in that video. The same symptoms I mentioned in week 16, but they're just not as consistent. One day I could feel like Superwoman, you guys. I have a full-time 9-to-5 corporate job. I'll work. I've become a telecommuter because of the Rona. So I get up, I work, I could film 5 videos, I could work till midnight, and then other days I can barely function at work. Like it's to the point where one week I had to take just a whole week of sick leave because I was just exhausted. I was like, I feel like crap. I have diarrhea one day, I'm constipated the next. It was just a mess. So it's just so up and down. It's like a roller coaster. But I'm just grateful now for those days where I feel like Superwoman because first trimester, I didn't have that. If you saw my first trimester symptoms video, I was just a mess. So the bloating and the cramps are still there, but it's intermittent. It's like once or twice a week. The fatigue when it does hit is almost debilitating. Like I cannot do anything until I sleep. And I'm so glad that it's not every day. It's usually like that, like 2 days a week. Like sometimes I'll just have to go to bed at like 7 or 8, which I really don't like because I told you guys I don't sleep very well anyway. So I'd prefer to stay up later and wake up earlier because I get more work done. So when I go to bed at like 7, I'm up at midnight and I'm just up until like 4. And then I get up for the day at 5. It's a mess. So I'm trying to force myself to fight through this. And then the new symptom that I'm having is that I am so itchy, and my doctor told me that this would happen because my skin is stretching, my belly's getting bigger. I will have put like belly shots on the screen for week 20, but I'm trying so hard not to scratch. I don't know if this is a myth, but apparently the combo of the dry skin and the scratching and my hereditary disposition for stretch marks can cause more stretch marks. So I'm really trying not to scratch. Whenever I feel super itchy, I do a whole lather routine, and so far I have not gotten any new stretch marks. I think though they're coming. I think they might come in the 3rd trimester. That's when most women usually get them. It's either the 3rd trimester or actually after you give birth, because if you lose weight so quickly and your body shrinks down, you're also prone to that. I don't know if you guys I hate to flash you, but I've had these stretch marks on my breast since I was 10 years old. I tell you guys this all the time. I had D-cup breasts at 10 years old. I hated it. All my friends made fun of me. I felt gross. I felt awful. Little did they know, I would love them many years later. But when you have D-cup breasts, not many girls have that. Maybe now, I don't know. Girls are maturing so fast these days. But I just was so ashamed of them. And then they got stretch marks because, as you can imagine, I'm 10. My breasts are D-cups. My chest, my body frame was it just grew like a weed. And my mom has stretch marks. My grandma has stretch marks. So I'm just trying to come to terms with, I'm probably going to get stretch marks on my stomach. If I don't, it would be a miracle. I just try to stay lathered up. There's a lot of things I'm doing to try to prevent getting more. I have them on my breast and my thighs. But I've always had those my whole life. I'm trying to prevent from getting them on my stomach, and that's where I get the most itchy. I've never really had a stomach my entire life, so I feel like my skin is just like, what is going on? So I try to lather up. I do collagen peptides. There's a lot that I do. If I make it through pregnancy and I don't get any new stretch marks, I'll probably do a video like telling you everything I did, but we'll see, friends. I'm just like, if I get them, I get them. It's worth it to have a beautiful baby, right? That's what everyone tells me. Just embrace your new body changes, blah, blah, blah. I'm laughing because I told you guys, the body changes is like probably the biggest struggle for me. I've always been a physically fit. Now I realize I was kind of a small girl. I mean, I'm 5'6", and if I weighed over 140, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gaining a lot of weight, you know? So I was a pretty small girl before pregnancy, and yeah, to just see everything like expanding so quickly, I'm just trying to tell my mind, like, stop being so superficial. This is about bringing a child into the world. Just go with it. You'll be pre-pregnancy weight again one day. And if you're not, you're not. But you will be fit again. I think that's the issue, is I don't feel fit. Like, I'm doing exercises that I used to think were super easy. Like, I would never do like a dance aerobic class. I used to try them and I was like, this is too easy. For me, pre-pregnancy, I loved HIIT workouts. I loved CrossFit. I ran marathon. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like myself, but it's nice. And I'm embracing it as best as I can. I'm working on it, friends. That's all I can say. I'm just going to be very real with you. I'm working on it. So hopefully you enjoyed this update. I think we'll do the next one. I'm just going to do them as significant things happen. I was going to do every week, but I was like, if something significant doesn't change, I don't know that we should. So the next significant one, I know I have a 24-week appointment with my doctor. And then I don't see my doctor again until week 30, he said. He doesn't do like, I feel like a lot of doctors, from what my app said, they do like every 4 weeks until you reach a certain point. But I'm pretty sure he said we do 24 weeks, and if everything looks good and he sees the results from the 4D scan, I don't see him again until week 30 and then week 34. And then after that, I think I might start seeing him weekly. So when something significant happens, I'll have another pregnancy update video for you. If you're into like new mom content and working from home and all that stuff, definitely check out the other channels. You can check out my most recent video right here.